Alright, guys, what is going on? My name is Joe, aka Cap.
I'm Dom, not Mysterio.
Not Dash.
And I'm Francis.
And,
Oh my god.
and this is the push.
Oh my god.
You've been
Okay.
Smeckledorfed.
We got so Smeckledorfed, man. What? What?
Okay. So, Elimination
Francis,
Chamber
this is especially hurt.
2025 was this past weekend.
That it was.
And here's the thing. Whether you like it, you love it, you hate it,
Or you've been scarred.
and for the none of you that feel absolutely nothing about the pay-per-view, this pay-per-view, this premium live event, this may go down as probably one of the most historically significant events in professional wrestling. Period.
Okay, let's stop beating around the bush. John Cena's a fucking heel.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
He kicked Cody Rhodes in the dick.
Heel Cena.
No.
Cena.
No, this isn't back. This isn't back. This is a whole new heel Cena. This isn't Dr. Thugonomics Cena.
This is Injustice Cena.
This is fucking... Holy shit.
This isn't even Peacekeeper.
No.
This is Injustice Cena. That's what I'm calling him from now on. Fucking Injustice Cena has entered the chat and has pulled off like the biggest WTF heel turn since, I want to say, Hogan back in '96.
Yeah, needless to say, I expected Cody Rhodes. I wanted what the hell is the guy, the character from The Boys? I can't think of his name now.
Homelander.
Billy
Homelander.
Butcher.
I wanted
Homelander.
Billy Butcher. You fucking idiot. I wanted Homelander Cody Rhodes, but instead we get Cena selling his soul to The Rock. Obviously, this is...
And none of us called that.
No!
No,
No!
we did not. Not one of us.
No one had... That wasn't even on my fucking radar of things that could have possibly happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously tonight we are doing our review of Elimination Chamber. Do we just want to? I'm going to pose a question to the rest of us. Do we just want to start at the main event this time
Fuck
around?
it, why not?
Because okay, cool. So the main event of the show was the men's Elimination Chamber.
I wouldn't even go that
which
far. We
was-
could... Oh, yeah, we have to. Never mind.
Yeah.
No, we'll talk about the rest of the
Yeah.
show, but like
No, I was
feel
going to
like
say skip straight to the part with Cody,
let's
but
just address
there's
the
context there.
the elephant in the room here. Let's
Yeah.
just address the elephant in the room here. The Elimination Chamber, the men's Elimination Chamber match was the main event of the night. It held John Cena,
Satan.
CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth
Highlander.
Rollins, Logan Paul, and Damian Priest.
Damian Priest, who was cheated, by the way.
Yeah, no,
A lot of
Damian
people got
got
cheated in this,
really
man.
screwed over, but
Not even screwed over. I just feel like he could have done more.
yeah, let's be real. A lot of people got screwed over this night. Lots and lots of people got screwed over. So before we just get to the point, let's talk about the match. Let's at least try to talk about this match a little bit.
Yes.
Because it actually
100%
was a
talk
very
about
good
this.
match.
Yeah, I
It
like
really
very
was. Honestly, one of the best Elimination Chamber matches in recent
in a while.
history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Solid
100%.
chamber match.
It was solid. It started off with Rollins and McIntyre. I enjoyed the segment of both of them beating each other's skulls into Punk's pod
Yeah.
and him just antagonizing them the entire time.
Which also while that happened, the light in Punk's pod fell.
Yeah.
And in
And
certain
he spent-
camera shots, you
spent
see
the
Punk trying to set the
entire-
light back up.
The entire night until he got into the match, attempting to fix it because it kept
Yeah.
falling. And
It was funny.
there was
This-
even a video that WWE posted on their social networks of Punk, like the light falls for whichever time it was. It was clearly after the first one, but the crowd immediately behind him, you could see them chanting and hear them chanting, "Fix that light, fix that light," and then he
that was great.
gets it up
That was
and it
fun.
stays in place, and everyone starts cheering. It was very funny.
He goes-
was funny.
Yeah, and then he flexed.
Speaking, so that was fun. It was fun watching him kind of troll Rollins and McIntyre. Speaking of trolls, Scott, I know you're just chomping at the bit to talk about your new favorite wrestler and the biggest thorn in my
Okay,
ass.
yes. I definitely want to talk about that specific moment, because I have the feeling that he thought of it at that moment.
100%.
Not before, not when the boos were happening during the national anthem. When he walked out, I felt like he had an idea, and he's like, I remember walking out, and there's a flag right there. Let me go back and get it. He grabs it, brings it out. You don't like. It just
Top tier heel work.
This is just like definitely like top tier heel work. Just to think of something like that, because yes, there's wrestlers that have done it, but knowing Logan Paul outside of WWE, because he's still somewhat new in the business,
He definitely
you knew
thought
this
like,
was intent. You knew this was intentional.
yeah.
You knew he did that for a reason.
Oh yeah.
So it especially got me so hyped, because it was just so instantaneous, and middle fingers being thrown right at him going down.
Mhm.
It was the perfect person. As I understand, you don't like him as a person, but as a wrestler, he's definitely jumped up a lot of spots in my book as one of my favorites, because
Listen,
that was just genius.
I've said it in the past and I'll say it again. I don't like him as a person. I don't appreciate him as a person and the things that he's done in his past. But as a professional wrestler in the WWE, he knows how to work his history to make himself a bigger heel. But that being said, I agree with you, Scott. This is definitely at some point between them singing the United States national anthem and that getting booed at the beginning of the night, and Logan Paul walking out to the Elimination Chamber. He had the idea to say, what'll piss off this crowd even more? I know. Let me grab a flag.
Yeah, he pulled a 90 Shawn Michaels.
Not even.
And to be honest, when he first came out, I didn't hear that much booze coming from Canada on him.
No.
Not to the extent that he normally gets.
No,
Is there
he's definitely
secretly,
got
like, a
more
Logan
heat
Paul
in the
fan
States.
base in Canada or something?
Maybe.
I haven't.
Either that or they just don't give a fuck. Which is
I
also a
guess not.
possibility.
Um,
Maybe they don't hold grudges like we do.
Yeah. Look, I don't know, man. We are my feelings on Logan Paul are well documented throughout this show's history. If you want to see my thoughts on Logan, please go into our YouTube channel.
Any
and watch
previous
the
episode?
million times.
Nice plug.
Here we go.
Watch the million times that I have talked about Logan, but I'm gonna skip all of that because we have more pressing matters to get to. But yeah, no. First elimination was Drew, who then, screwed over Damien. So that's looking like that's the direction those two are going to be going into
Which
for WrestleMania.
I'm very excited for, to be honest with you.
Oh,
That seems like a very
That's gonna be a
exciting
great
matchup.
feud.
That is one.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic feud. And to be honest with you, I think that, after the whole thing with Finn Balor, that story finally coming to an end, I think that Drew is a fantastic follow-up for Damien.
Absolutely.
Clearly, Drew is one of the top heels in the company. This is a perfect idea.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah. So I'll say it again. This was one of my favorite chamber matches. because
really good one.
where the weak point that I thought was going to be wasn't a weak point because there were so many wrestlers. Damian Priest was able to balance out pretty damn well, and he was having. I was getting really hyped during that time where he was just in control of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He was very smooth, but once again, Drew and Seth was the perfect first two because they're both psychotic and delusional with one wrestler that's in a chamber. So it was perfect to have them just go after and see who hates him more.
Yeah.
Once again, congratulate Logan Paul in another area where he was just the workhorse.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't necessarily always. He wasn't always the person doing all like crazy moves against people. He wasn't dominant. He was dominant, but he wasn't at most like normally. And so he really did keep it going smoothly.
Yeah.
I agree
with
with
being
that.
just the punching bag.
Yeah.
I agree
No,
with that.
I'll give him credit. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I agree with that, but it was satisfying as hell watching him meet a GTS.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, great! Yeah.
Without a doubt. That's the thing with Logan Paul is I like to give respect where respect is due. He's definitely finding his niche, I guess, if you will, in WWE. Like he's not, he's past the point where he's the joke, like the butt of the joke, where he's taking all the beatings and just taking heat from everyone, and he's past the point where he constantly gets to shine by just showing off. He's found that middle ground where he could participate in the match, not overstep and not look completely useless. You know what I'm saying? And I still stand by he hits the buckshot lariat better than Hangman Adam Page.
And
I feel like it's a lot better.
And it does seem to me that apparently, I think his direction for Mania is going to be AJ now.
I think so.
That'll be fun.
Oh my god, that would be a great feud.
So, yeah.
They somewhat wrestle the same.
AJ is, AJ is the perfect. Again, it's another perfect matchup for him. AJ is obviously a legend in this company. He's a legend in this sport.
Yeah,
he'll be safe in the ring with him.
That not even that, and it's like because Logan Paul's proved that he knows what he's doing in the ring. Like he's held his own with Roman, Seth, Punk, Damian, Drew.
He didn't really have much of a match with Punk,
but still, just the interactions in the ring with them.
Yeah,
LA Knight.
True.
He's not. You don't look at him and say exactly. That's the point I was trying to get at. He's dealt with a lot of the top talent, and you look at him and you could tell he's not like a liability to a match. Like you're not going to sit there and say, "Oh, if we put him in there with the wrong person, is he's going to mess it up?" He's at the point he could start leading matches. Like he could start, going in with someone who's maybe a little more green, and showing them the ropes. You know what I'm saying? Like not to the level of like a Seth Rollins who has his own school and does these things and elevates younger talent. But I'm saying like you get someone who maybe just came up from NXT and you put them in a feud with Logan Paul, it would not end in a disaster, is what I'm saying.
True. However, I do wonder his willingness to let a guy
to put someone over,
put over.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. He doesn't have to put them over. That can be a feud that he wins.
He's also not at that age where he should be doing it.
Exactly. He's at the point
he should be the person beaten over like people like Cena. Like I would see him beating AJ if that match went on. I would see him probably beating Punk, maybe even Cena, just because they're the older ones and they're about to.
They're gonna
leave out. So
be gone.
It hurts a little bit to say this too, but like after this whole thing with AJ, I do see the potential of him having a story with Breaker,
which I think would be a lot of fun.
That would be good.
Well, if
for no other reason than to watch him explode on impact from a spear.
Well, it's not that like Braun Breaker's not really a face or a heel in my mind.
He just shows up.
He just shows up and murders people and barks like a dog.
Yeah, but in that feud, he would 100% be the babyface, and like, he doesn't even have to change anything to do it. That's the glory of being a tweener. You really don't have to do anything to switch between face and heel.
Pretty much the same person.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's
it
get back to the
goes based on who you're.
Yeah. So going back, I'll take it forward to when everybody comes out. It was kind of obvious. Punk and Cena were the last two.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
but it's as much as I hate doing this because he is my favorite wrestler. Seth Rollins, you piece of shit, leave it alone. I was like, he would have. It would have went that way. Honestly, obviously, it was meant for Seth to obviously interrupt, to give him the curb stomp and have Cena win. But honestly, if that wasn't the case, it was probably going to go to Punk because he looked better at the ending
Yeah.
of that match.
Well,
Um,
that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
yeah, but no, yeah, but it was. I mean, it was all exciting. There wasn't really a point where I was bored out.
No,
They
not at
actually
all.
started out. They actually started out very quickly. Like I didn't see a point in the match where they kind of slowed down.
Oh yeah, no.
And
No,
with
there was
all of
no,
it going, it's just the ending kind of just it was so heartbreaking.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially since all of our picks was between the two of them. It was very exciting this entire
It was a
chamber.
bit
I know, I was
heartbreaking,
excited because I
and
picked
to be
Cena.
honest with you, I was watching from New Jersey, and I could hear Scott screaming all the way from
Yeah.
Bergenfield. Rollins!
I'm actually glad you brought that up, Scott, because that may end up leading into a thing I have later on.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the whole point of Seth screwing Punk over is so they continue the Seth Rollins CM Punk feud into next week. But
Which
we
is
will talk about that
probably
later.
gonna be the direction.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later when we talk about Raw.
Yes. But anyway, yeah, CM Punk did lose to John Cena, which means John Cena
We'll fight
wins the
Cody Rhodes.
Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Theoretically, did we all say John Cena?
I did.
You, me,
I said
and
Punk.
Dom did. Scott
Okay,
said Punk.
so all three of us did get a point on that. By the way, we are doing the prediction game for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got the results
and
right here.
then afterwards, we got the segment between John Cena, Cody Rhodes, The Rock,
And Travis Scott.
Travis Scott, who was there for some reason.
and Travis Scott. Was there as well.
Let's talk about this real quick because I don't want to spend too much on someone like him. Putting Travis Scott there was the most useless thing I've ever seen. He looked like you gave a Make-A-Wish, his wish, kid a wish, by showing up there
right now.
with that useless title that he has to have around his shoulder.
Although I
And during the
wouldn't
process-
be upset if they bring back the hardcore title that looked like that.
I would love it, but it being in the hands of Travis Scott right now
I
is
straight
not.
up forgot that he had a
And-
title until Scott brought it up.
Yeah, and during the process of this entire thing, he felt the need to get one lick into Cody. It definitely wasn't scripted. He definitely just did that on his own. And now Cody Rhodes is reported to have a blown eardrum and a bruised eye.
Yeah, because
Congratulations, because you felt the need to feel important because you were just standing there. You really downgraded the entire thing because you interrupted an intro that I kind of got excited seeing The Rock come in.
Yeah, and then
I was excited, and then halfway through he comes out rapping on the Rock song, and it's kind of like, oh, it's ruined. You just ruined the intro. It would have been nice having The Rock come out with his own music.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that Travis added much to the scene.
He
or
didn't
anything
add
like
anything.
That. I don't think he added.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
he
the
didn't
embodiment
add
of the
anything.
meme of Lil Bro thinks he's part of the squad.
yeah,
But and the entire time I was watching, I was like, Travis, why are you here?
yeah. To me, it was the most pointless celebrity appearance for me.
Yeah.
I understand he had a performance earlier in the night that they didn't show on the stream, because it was during an ad break or something. But there was no need for him to be in the ring. It's not it's one thing if he was training and preparing to make his in-ring debut. If it was Bad Bunny, at least culminated in a match. This isn't going. Where is this going?
Receipt of a
highly-
lifetime. but that's where it's going.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm like, there's no reason for it other than like, look, Travis Scott's here. I think it was pointless, and he unnecessarily injured Cody Rhodes. Granted, a blown eardrum and a black eye isn't going to keep him out of action for very long. It'll probably be like he takes he'll probably be fine by SmackDown.
It's not, no.
But it's just.
But it's also not a thing he needed to go through.
Recklessness.
No.
And I think The Rock even released a statement on it. He said Travis spoke to him beforehand and he said he wanted to do something. He goes, well, and The Rock told him, if you're going to do something, make it count. And he kind of fucked it up. In my opinion.
You fucked it up completely.
Because now
he was
not only
the entire thing because
he was just standing there awkwardly, first off. And then second of all, it's like, yeah, I understand you maybe wanted him there to like hold Cody down, right? While him and Cena held Cody down while The Rock whipped him with the belt and everything. And I get that. And there was even a moment where I think like he picked Cody up by like his neck, like he was gonna fucking choke him like Darth Vader. And then Cena,
John had to stop
Cena
him.
even pushed him back down and said, no, we're not doing that. Stop that. You could see it in his face. He's like, no.
You just saw the look.
Like,
I
you're
think
doing too
half
much.
of John's grimace was just like, who the hell is this guy?
Because I guarantee you he pissed off Cody. He pissed off John Cena.
Yes.
I guarantee
Probably
you
just off The Rock.
The Rock and Triple H are probably pissed at him now because of that. And he's smoking a blunt in the middle of the ring.
And not even trying to hide it.
Like, granted, it's not the first time he did it. And it was kind of funny. But
it was kind of funny before we realized, oh, you're actually a part of
like
this.
you're actually doing something here. Okay. And then on top of that, like I don't know Canada's rules with weed. I don't know how like 420 friendly they are. Unlike
I think there's no issue with it or something. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't want to say anything.
But I don't know. I don't know if there's anything going on there, and like, because he could get them in trouble. He can get the WWE in trouble for that shit.
I mean, I don't know. I imagine he probably asked beforehand.
I'm sure he did, and that's why they were fine with it. But you never know. With the dude that willingly just fucking openly bitch smacked Cody Rhodes for no reason, with no reason whatsoever, other than he wanted to get his hands bloody.
Yeah. There was definitely a moment backstage where The Rock was like, "Okay, so that is not what I meant."
Yeah. Needless to say, I hope Cody got his receipt for that.
Oh, he is getting the receipt of a lifetime.
That's all I have to say on that at this point. Is I just
hope
Cody gets a receipt.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about the promo itself from Cody because much like everything else in this segment, the promo was incredible.
Bro, my jaw hit the fucking floor and it didn't come back up until we left.
The uncensored F-bomb.
Go fuck yourself.
Completely
I'm
uncensored.
Cody Rhodes, and I say big boy adult curse words.
And to be honest with you, I thought that was the most shocking. Be the most shocking.
I wasn't ready. I was not ready for fucking Ernest turns heel.
Cena and Rock have a bro code, and apparently, while they were hugging, The Rock read the Winter Soldier activation codes to Cena. And then he just fucking goes ham and takes Cody to Dick Kick City.
For real.
Oh god. Yeah, no, it was brutal. It was brutal in a sense that I've never seen John Cena be brutal.
I am gonna love this part of John Cena. I know. I'm surprised you haven't gone off cap yet. I don't know why you haven't gone off yet, because you said you were going to. But this, oh my god, I don't think we're ever gonna stop being amazed by what Triple H is gonna show us. I feel like we haven't seen anything, even when he was partly in control of Raw's War during that era, when he was helping Vince McMahon make when DX started, and he was having control over some storylines. Like it's just gonna get better. It's crazy. I feel it's gonna get crazier than this.
The whole Attitude Era of Triple H and everything, that was more like he wasn't like in creative. It was more.
It was a group effort.
I was gonna say it was more. Vince took his opinions higher than most other guys in the back. So it's more. It was more political weight than being in creative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Basically, Vince just let him do whatever the fuck he wanted.
All right, so that's your take on it, Scott. Dom, Francis, you got what are your guys' take on the
Oh man.
scene?
Honestly, I'm very excited for it. I think it's gonna be very interesting to see going forward. I know Cena has talked about this for years. I know
Cena wanted to be heel in 2006.
Yeah. They talked about, well, in 06 he was kind of still heel. He was still doing the Doctor of Thugonomics. But I know he was on Chris Van Vliet's podcast like last year, like early last year, talking about it, and he said they were like this close to turning him heel on his like last run in the WWE, which was I think like 2016, 2017-ish.
Was it when he had the US belt or when he picked up number 16?
I think it was the last time he was feuding with The Rock.
Oh, that was like 2013.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe it was like 2012, 2013 that he said. But either way, he talked about it. Like, he had new ring gear already ready, new entry music, and his plan was, like, he was going to do everything the opposite of what he stood for. So it was like, you know, no more hustle, loyalty, respect. And, you know, he's going to show up less and this and that. Like, he's basically going to pull a Brock Lesnar. That was, like, his plan. Yeah. And then they scrapped it. And then I guess Triple H is finally letting him pull the trigger. So, from what I understand, his new gear, say goodbye to the jorts.
Raise your jorts to half mast.
No more jorts for him, and it's gonna be like full on like wrestling tights and boots.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with. You know, a dude that's like almost 50 shouldn't be wearing jorts.
He pulled it off.
I also love that on Raw, CM Punk called Cena and The Rock bald bastards.
Yeah, we're gonna talk.
We're gonna
about
say that. No, that's not talking. Say that was it. David
Dude,
Anyway.
the way we all screamed bald at the TV when Cena first came out and they showed the back of his head.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
It was like that one episode of SpongeBob. Movie, whatever.
My eyes.
Oh god.
Francis,
your take.
Basically everything Dom already said. I'm actually, the more it's sunk in after Cena went ham on Cody, the more it started to make sense to me. Like, oh my god, this is Cena's last run. Mm-hmm. Now is the perfect time for him to finally turn heel like he wanted to all those years ago. I personally can't wait to see it come to fruition. I'm definitely going to buy all of heel Cena's merch. I have a theory leading into not just heel Cena, but something that also could connect with The Rock and his master plan as it was, but we'll save that later for the video. Because I want to wait until after Scott says his thing after the Punk promo.
Well, can I just ask a question?
Yes.
This? How many of us think... Because I've been adamant and vocal about this. Cena is winning at Mania. That's already.
Yeah, I already thought he was.
I've already got that locked in. I thought he was doing it regardless, but now he's definitely winning.
Yes.
Do we think this all culminates later in the year with another Cena Rock feud?
I don't think it's going to be a Cena. I don't know about Cena Rock feud.
I don't think so.
I don't know. No, because like I feel like he has to go out. He can't go out a heel. He can't retire a heel. He has to retire a babyface.
I was about to say, like, let me answer that question with a question. Do you see Cena pulling a heel move and extending his retirement tour?
No.
No.
He said this was his last WrestleMania, his last SummerSlam, his last Chamber, all that stuff.
It depends on how many.
Mean that.
Yeah, it depends on how many faces they want him to go up against. Because they probably made him fit heel for a good chunk of a reason
they made him
there's a
heel
lot
so
of
he
face-
could fucking turn on Cody.
Yeah.
turn on Cody, but there's also a lot of face like wrestlers. Like
No,
there's,
yeah.
I mean, Randy Orton specifically is a face still,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it looks like he's
There's
going to be a
also,
face
like-
for the CBF.
But that's what I'm
There's
saying.
probably
like,
more
a
people that
middle-aged-
want to.
Yeah, I
There's
have a
also like a
feeling.
middle-aged punk that's ready to tear his head off.
Yeah.
But
No, I have a feeling. I'm
Yeah,
not saying
and-
it's going to happen right away. I'm saying like
No,
by
he turns
know,
face. Logan Paul beats him as a heel, and Cap has to do the video.
Not even that. Like November. Like November
all
or
right, for
December
anybody who's
is what I'm
wondering
saying.
what that was, me and Scott have made a bet where if Logan Paul does win the title at any point, does win the WWE Championship at any point, I have to do a video congratulating him while wearing a
His
Logan Paul
merchandise.
t-shirt,
And chugging Prime.
chugging Prime.
And then, but Scott has
However,
to do the
if he
same.
loses his title match, Scott will a Jey Uso t-shirt.
I thought that's
and
if Jay
doing
wins
a
at Mania.
TikTok where he what?
I thought that was if Jay won at Mania, he had to do the TikTok.
Oh,
Was that not the agreement?
No, I don't remember that one.
Was that not?
No,
the
it was if Logan Paul beats John Cena.
Oh,
for the title.
Okay.
no, it's
Yeah.
if he wins.
No, the whole thing has to revolve around Logan Paul because he lives rent free
Gotcha.
in Cap's head.
Gotcha. I
Yes, and
misunderstood.
if he loses his title, if he ever loses his title match, then Scott
No, it's
has
just it's-
Jey
So,
Uso
well-
No, it's on the
t-shirt.
text. It's-
I love how
it's-
you seem to be avoiding your punishment and all of this.
No,
You
it's
refuse to let me put up
because
more.
we talked about John Cena versus Logan Paul, and I'm like, Logan Paul's going to beat John Cena when he loses his title and he has to retire. And you're
Yeah,
like,
but
if
I
that
said
happens,
he
then
ever
I'll
wins
wear a
the
J.
championship.
He's like, then you made that all bet,
Okay,
but it's specifically
all right.
on that
All
match.
right, all right,
Okay,
it doesn't
so
matter.
hold on,
We'll talk
time
about
out.
that on a different
What
time.
if?
Follow us on
All right,
TikTok.
either way, if Logan Paul beats John Cena, period. Cap does the video. If Logan Paul loses to John Cena, or never gets a match at all, Scott does the video.
And
Oh,
Scott's
the never
video
nah.
Is that fair?
That's lopsided. That's lopsided out. Because if it never happens, it's a good chance that it never will happen.
It's incredible that he keeps interrupting us.
All right, fine. If there is a match between Logan Paul and John Cena, whether it's for a title or not, winner, if Logan Paul is the winner, Cap does the video. If Cena wins, Scott does the video. And if it ends in
his
disqualification, you both do the video.
For Scott's video, by
Together.
the way, he has to wear a Jey Uso shirt and eat with me for a
Yes.
TikTok.
So follow us
Oh,
on
God.
TikTok either way, regardless, because all of these things are going to be happening on TikTok.
Yes.
But you should be
Yeah.
following us anyway at the Push Wrestling.
Nice plug.
Oh, God damn it.
So anyway, I'm finally going to give my take on all of this. And to be honest with you, I know I promised y'all a crash out on Discord earlier, but to be honest with you, like I've been thinking about it all day, and I don't feel like making an ass of myself on the internet. So,
Why? That's
I'm
what the
proud of
internet's
you.
for, isn't it?
I'm proud of you, Cap.
but I will say this. All right, when I saw the heel turn, I'm not gonna lie to you, it hurt. It fucking hurt.
Yeah.
John Cena, obviously, he had a place. He had a place for me in my childhood watching.
I was gonna say he's your
all that
childhood. He's your childhood hero, like R-Truth.
That's our truth, you dumbass.
Did you see our
feel
Twitter
bad. Oh.
post?
Our
No,
truth.
I didn't.
My heart's to you.
He
My heart's
literally,
to you, our truth.
he
But
literally
anyway.
changed his Twitter bio to Why John Why.
Yeah, no, our truth is crashing out right now.
Our Truth is on suicide watch.
All right, but let's let Cat finish this because
But
we need to move
anyway,
on to the other match.
we've been talking about this one
John
match for
Cena,
40 minutes.
Not to get too personal about it. John Cena meant a lot to me when I was a kid.
Same.
And so to see something like this, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, it hurt. It's hurt for a couple of days now, to be honest with y'all. But I think because of how I'm feeling, that's exactly why this should have happened. That's why I think this is the right idea. I'm gonna level with you guys. Yeah, I was distraught almost. If you ask like Kiana, she will say like I was stun locked watching this. And to be very clear when I say this, this is probably the most emotionally invested in a storyline in professional wrestling that I have been in since I was a kid, before I even had the concept of understanding, the truth about professional wrestling. This is the most emotionally invested I have been in a story since then. And that exactly is why this was inevitably this is the correct answer. So bravo to you, Triple H. Bravo to you, John Cena. Bravo even The Rock for whatever he contributed to this. I both love you guys and hate you so much for this.
Yeah.
Because on top of everything else, now we get to say John Cena sucks from the bottom of our chests
Listen,
and mean every bit of it and
Listen.
be completely justified.
yeah. We said it when Cena first announced his retirement tour. This is gonna fucking suck. In the best way possible.
Emotionally suck.
Yeah, like it's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. But it's gonna hurt. And this because like Scott said, this is like the first wrestler that we got to watch come into the company. We were old enough to understand wrestling, to watch wrestling. And well, maybe not old enough to watch wrestling. We probably really shouldn't have at that age.
No, none of us started watching wrestling. When
Yeah.
Especially in the late 90s and the early 2000s for me and Scott.
Yeah, Dom, remember when Big Show got shot?
Yeah. Or, dude, not even that. The bra and panties matches is all I have to say.
Yeah, no, we were never.
We shouldn't have been watching those at fucking 10 years old, but God was a good. Prepubescent me was like, oh no! The second puberty hit, like, ooh.
Ooh. They should bring this back.
This is terrible.
Here's my thing, and this is why I say this, because, I want y'all to think about this. Like, when was the last time y'all were truly emotionally invested in a storyline?
Oh, yeah. No,
professional wrestling.
I agree 100%. But that's what I'm saying. That's my point. Is, we got to watch Cena come into the company, get fucking huge. And not even just, like, physically speaking, because the dude is fucking ripped for someone who's, like, almost pushing 50. We got to watch him just blow up and become the face of the company and be the biggest thing in the company. And, tie Ric Flair for the most world championships. And now he's going to retire on his own. On his own accord, he's going to walk out. Right? This isn't like Daniel Bryan coming in and being like, oh, I broke my neck. I got to go. This isn't like Edge. I broke my neck. I got to go. This isn't Big E. I broke my neck. Gotta go.
Broke my neck. I gotta go.
I'm noticing a pattern here.
There is a trend. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
I didn't
not
break
like,
my neck yet, so let me just go yet.
Yeah. But like this is someone who came into the company, became the biggest name in the company, most recognizable. Everyone knows John Cena. Even if you don't watch wrestling, you know John Cena. You know who John Cena is.
You understand the amount of people that have looked up what a heel is?
Yeah.
In the past few days?
Exactly. My point exactly. And then, like, so it's like, you have this, and now he's going to retire his way without being forced to retire or being fired. This is huge. Like, this is our childhood
hero.
Not even like our childhood hero. This is like the culmination of our childhood. Like,
he's our child.
Not even that. Like, it's like
he's our wrestling child.
My point is, it's like, most wrestlers, they retire because they have to, not because they want to. Like, that their career was fulfilling and they're happy with what they're doing and they're just gonna go, or like they move on to making movies, which John Cena did, but like he was still a wrestler. Like, this was his career.
Yeah.
So it's gonna suck when it happens, and Because I could tell, like, with Cena, when he says he's done, he's done. Like, all he's going to do, if anything, if he does anything, it's going to be, like, an appearance.
Yeah.
He'll pop out every once in a while.
He'll come and do, like, hit a spot or show up on commentary or some shit.
All right, let's
Yeah, let's move on.
All right. So we have talked extensively about that. I feel like we could have an entire episode on
that
itself
one match,
just
yeah.
about this
Yeah.
one segment.
yeah.
But believe it or not, guys, we do have a rest of a
We do have 3 other matches to talk about.
We have 3 other matches we need to talk about here. So
Should we
let's
just go in
in a
reverse?
promo.
Should we just go in reverse order at this point?
yeah, at this point, yeah, because the
Yeah,
match before
KO
it
Zane.
might have been the second
Yeah.
best match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
From-
KO Zane.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's talk about the unsanctioned match. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Cap and I picked KO. Dom picked Sammy. Scott said it would go to a no contest.
Surprisingly, spoilers out of the way, KO did win.
Yeah.
So me and
Now the
KO.
match went. I'm surprised it didn't go to a no contest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
The longer the match went on, the more I thought, I was like, oh shit, they're really going to go no contest here.
right? It was
Especially when
brief moment, I
KO
did think they
knocked
were gonna
out
do
the
that.
second referee.
Yeah. Yeah, when he
Yeah,
kicked
true.
poor Charles Robinson, he didn't ask to get murdered
Charles
by an
did not.
angry KO.
Charles did not deserve
And
it.
Charles Robinson did the thing. He did the bit where he ran out from the back and just slid into the ring to make the count.
Yeah, but
no wrestler's ever going to do that again after he retires.
He's never going to run again after he retires.
After what KO did to him, no.
Yeah,
But
just
yeah, let's
clotheslined
talk
him.
about it, man. Because I've listened to a couple of reviews about the match before we got on. And a lot of people said this had that old black and gold NXT feel to it. Like a lot of people
100%.
compared it to
Yeah.
the unsanctioned match between Gargano and Ciampa a few years back,
That was a good one.
I was in the
So-
crowd for that.
which was
Were you really?
fantastic.
I was. Take over Brooklyn 4.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. It was an absolutely fantastic match. It had segments. It had every segment that I thought was going to be in it. It had a couple of segments that I had no idea was going to be in it. I did not think
Yeah.
we were going to bring back the barbed wire chair.
Yeah.
The moment
And-
he looked under the ring and did the double take, I'm like, oh god, it's like a barbed wire bat or something. Oh, no, barbed wire chair.
And I laughed sadistically when I saw the barbed wire chair.
Yeah. Terry
Um,
Funk is smiling somewhere.
No,
Everybody,
Terry
yeah.
Funk's probably pissed because they used not like real barbed wire.
Yeah. They used gimmick. I didn't get a good enough look.
I think so because KO's shirt. Neither one of their shirts like ripped at all.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, nobody was bleeding.
no one
which was, I
bled.
thought was
Shockingly
interesting.
enough.
Which I thought was interesting because, like, KO had a couple of hits with the barbed wire chair.
And that's what I'm
so,
saying. I'm like,
At least like a bleeding ear or something like that. But like, it
That's the
I don't
only
know,
reason I think it was gimmicked.
was a bit
Yeah.
odd. But
And if it wasn't for the chamber, this whole pay-per-view was literally, let's top this match. Oh, okay, you topped that match. Let me top this one. It never got worse throughout the entire pay-per-view.
No.
And
It started-
KO versus Sammy, we knew it was going to be great. It was the perfect match for the perfect pay-per-view because of what country they were in.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it definitely gave Canada that glory because that match was just
Well, yeah, you got the two
Oh my
hometown
God.
boys kicking the fuck out of each other.
Yep.
right.
yeah, I mean, let's be completely honest. I feel like calling a KO versus Sami Zayn match, a masterpiece. Even that's like an understatement. I
Yeah.
feel.
We've said multiple times they're going to fight each other forever, and it's going to get better and better every time.
It really has. It's like it's astounding. Like these guys have only gotten older with time, and every time it feels like as they get older, the matches get better somehow.
They know They know more about each other than probably their wives do.
And what I found especially amazing is the ending of the match was with the pop-up power bomb, not the pop-up power bomb, with the power bomb on the apron which is the hardest part of the ring, if you guys didn't know.
We haven't done that bit in a while.
I thought it was astounding that they did that kind of callback, because that's the move that KO betrayed Sammy with on his first night in NXT.
Nice callback.
Yeah.
And hey, Randy Orton's back.
Yeah, let's talk about
Oh
that too.
my
Randy
God,
Orton's
yeah.
back, guys.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we all wanted Orton back, but I don't think none of us had it. This was one of the best kept secrets for our return, because we had no clue when he was going to come back. There was never any signs, nothing considering when Randy Orton was going to return.
Yeah,
And
there's
it
no
seems like we
rumors
got
or anything
our.
like that either.
Yeah.
It seems like we have our street fight or for Royal Rumble, or our no DQ match, which a no sanctum match. Can we just please call it a no disqualification match? Can we please stop making a new name for each no disqualification match? That's
probably
basically
gonna be
all
that,
it is.
Because the only difference, I understand why they do like the non-sanctioned match. It's because it's like, oh, this match is gonna be so bad, like
Yeah.
not bad, but like so brutal
Yeah.
that we can't allow it to happen. So it has to be unsanctioned.
Mhm.
It's just to build hype. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lights
Yeah.
are off,
But it's
and
always
the
a
ref
different name.
wearing a
It's
black
always
shirt.
depending on the match. It's always a different name, like on the wrestlers.
Yeah, but let's talk about this also. Randy Orton came back,
Yeah.
but he did not come back alone. He brought something back with him.
A gun.
Something that when
He
this
almost
happens
brought
at
something back.
WrestleMania, when this happens at WrestleMania, this is going to get the biggest pop. Guys, the punt kick is coming back.
Is it though?
Oh my God! Yes, that was. Oh
Until
my
I
God!
actually see him do it, it's not coming back.
But dude, the way I got all right, I got to give credit to the officials, because we all know they're just
It
jobbers.
was like
that
perfect synchronization.
they popped into the ring perfectly.
They
The way
did.
they slid into the ring and grabbed Randy Orton before he could kick KO in the fucking teeth was just pure gold. Like, you couldn't stage it any better. It just worked perfectly. It was just
They were like perfectly synchronized.
yeah, like
too.
perfect unison.
Yeah.
They stood up at the same time. They grabbed him at the same. It was like, I was impressed.
I
I was
had
like,
to-
holy shit!
I had to do a replay.
Yeah.
I had to do a replay because
That's
like,
probably
it
the
was perfect
smoothest
synchronization.
we've ever seen jobbers be.
Yeah,
True. Put
like
on
the
job.
officials, and this and that, like because I know like the
Yeah.
producers are also the officials and stuff, and they do stuff like that too. But I could be wrong. I didn't recognize anyone, so I'm assuming they were just jobbers. But
Yeah, I didn't recognize
like
anyone.
local indie talent that they're trying to get in to the company.
I'm sure
That Triple H
You know,
found
it's
at
like
the
it's
side
like
of the road.
it's like the security team. The security team is always the on-screen security team, the ones that get their asses beat like every week. They're always they're not like jobbers. But you get my point. They're indie talent.
They're indie wrestlers, yeah.
Yeah, they're indie talent that are trying to make their name.
Yeah.
And they have a moment and they get on TV and like you do you.
Yeah.
My neighbors are
Yeah,
so
no,
fucking loud. Can you guys hear them at all?
No, I
Okay,
can't.
cool.
You sound fine.
My neighbors
But
loud as fuck.
yeah, no. Second best match of the night, and I think Scott summed it up perfectly. If it weren't for the Cena the Cena heel turn, it probably would have been the best match of the night.
Yeah.
All right, let's move one match back now. We got Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus
Tiffany
Nia
Stratton.
Jax and Candice LeRae. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not have a lot of. I figured this was going to be, if nothing else, a nice gesture to Trish.
All four of
But
us
we
were right
actually
about
got-
that one, by the way.
What's up?
All four of us picked
Well,
were
yeah,
right
because
on
it
this
was
one.
the most predictable fucking match of the night.
Yeah.
It was.
We
It
all
was.
knew that
It
they
was
were
the
gonna win.
only.
They
It
weren't
was
gonna,
the only predictable
do
match
you,
of
do
the
you
night.
really think they were gonna have Trish Stratus lose in Canada?
In Toronto.
Nah.
But here's the thing: even with it, maybe meaning to even if it was just like a nice gesture to Trish or something like that, I'm gonna be honest with you. This match was better than I thought it would be.
Oh, 100%.
This was
Yeah.
actually a very good match. Um, did anything surprise me or anything like that? No,
No.
but the way that everything was executed,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, Trish
It
hasn't
kept my
lost a
attention.
step. Tiffany
Yeah.
looked good as always. Like, she's a solid wrestler. She deserves the title that she has.
Yeah.
And then even Naya looked great. Like, she looked
Nia
better.
was clean.
Naya, like I've said it before and I'll say it again. Naya being released was probably the best thing for her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because
she
she
doesn't
went-
botch anymore.
She trained, she refined herself, and she's way safer than she used to be.
she's quickly becoming, and Francis might strangle me through the screen as I say this. She's quickly becoming one of the top women in the company.
Nah, she's gotten better. I don't get mad. I don't get unreasonably mad anymore like you did. Sorry.
No, she for me personally, I feel like she is becoming one of the top women in the company now. She's certainly one of the top heels, but I guess the only thing was I would have liked to have had some sort of interaction between her and Charlotte during this, kind of just build that feud more. But, whatever.
we got like 6 weeks until Mania. We have plenty of time for that.
Yeah,
I'll take
got-
a
it's-
pay, I'll
remember-
take a
We got
pay-per-view without
anything.
Charlotte.
We got
Flair.
Yeah.
Kat, remember it's Charlotte Flair. She's like Tofino's Bankai from Bleach. There's a time limit until she gets injured again, and then she's going to be out for another 2 years. So she can't always be out there. Even if she's not wrestling, as long as she's out there doing something, that's
That
one
time
step
is gone.
closer for getting her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No one but me appreciates the Bleach reference, Scott.
had to use it.
Nah,
Alright.
no,
Anyway.
I love it.
So
Anyway.
with that being said, we if we move one more match, we get to the first match of the night, which was the women's elimination chamber, and
Jeez.
it was good. I had no problems with it. I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was very good.
It was good.
My only issue, and I won't even really call it an issue, because I was excited because I fucking called it. I knew it. So Jade Cargill returned at the beginning of the match, right before
Yes, she-
they closed the doors to the chamber, and she ran in. And she started walking towards Liv Morgan, who sold it like a fucking champ. Like, she was...
Oh yeah, no, she
Yeah.
sold the crap out of
Like,
that.
she was like, oh, fuck, I'm about to die. And then Jade very quickly turned and just beat the ever-living fuck out of Naomi.
Yeah.
And the second she turned and started swinging on Naomi, I was like, I fucking knew it! I fucking called it! I knew Naomi was behind this shit all along!
What's funny is
No,
that she
no,
almost did the
no, no,
same
no,
thing.
no. I don't think Naomi's behind this though.
Really?
I think Bianca's the one that attacked her.
Bianca
Ooh.
So that
was
was
a
that was going to be the point that I was
No,
going to get to
take it back.
next. So what so Jade attacked Naomi. Bianca was obviously in a pod, freaking out, being like, "No, don't do it!" Blah blah, yelling, screaming, this and that. Naomi got her head fucking closed in the door, and then Jade fucked off and went to the back, and Naomi got stretchered out. The entire time, Bianca was
sobbing.
giving like a fucking Oscar-worthy performance in the
She
pod.
was like being
Yeah.
traumatized.
Here's my theory. I think she was overselling it because they both had a hand in injuring Jade Cargill.
You think it was a super inside job?
I mean, like, if that's
And the
if
only
that's
reason
the
Jade
case,
didn't go
then-
after Bianca is because she was in the pod.
If that's the case, then I give them credit because this is some of the deepest storytelling I've seen in the women's division in
Yeah.
a while at that
Yeah.
point.
This
Because
is
That
this
didn't have to do
yeah,
with like a core four member or like one of the four horsewomen.
yeah. This
Um,
is why this pay per view. Yes, I still call it pay per view. This pay per view was just smooth all over. There wasn't even the women's matches, which tends to have some like little spots in there where it's like, oh, it's kind of like, all right, this needs to get picked up. It's getting kind of dull, but it never got there with any of them.
yeah,
That was for female performances. That was
Yeah.
Jade Cargill turning on, going after Naomi instead of Liv, and that whole interaction. That was perfect because I honestly had no clue who the hell she was going to go after. It was
Yeah.
perfectly sold, everything.
yeah. And then
and
my thing was the women's elimination chamber is always like a banger. They
Yeah.
always
It's
do
always
such a
so
good job in it.
unpredictable.
Yeah, and needless to say, even though we technically started the match with down a person, I was okay with it.
Yeah.
I was fine with it. I
Yeah.
was fine with it because
It was very clever using that.
Yeah,
it was very clever. I mean, let's be honest. I don't think anybody thought really that Naomi was going to be winning this match.
no, I didn't.
so-
I granted, I didn't think either one of them were gonna win. Only because that was like, oh, they're the tag champs. Why are they gonna win?
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I thought every woman in this match did fantastically. My pick was Roxanne, and
Same.
she did not win the match.
But she fucking
None of
killed
us
it.
got
She had a
this.
fantastic showing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She was the MVP of the women's chamber.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'll give her that.
She definitely made the best of her time on screen.
And it seems that we are continuing this feud with Bailey as well.
Looks like it.
Honestly,
I'm fine
phenomenal
with it.
person to
Yeah.
start her off.
I think they need to move that feud to the main roster, but
Yeah, let's and like Sean. Let's be real, man. She's ready.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
ready to come at this
Yeah.
point.
I don't know if they're waiting for like the Raw after Mania, because that's usually when you get a lot of the NXT call ups is the Raw after Mania. So I don't know if they're doing that or if they're waiting for something else.
I mean, at this point, just do it or just pull the trigger already,
Yeah.
man. People are already starting to know who she is, so I don't know. I feel like personally, let's just pull the trigger already.
No, I,
They still need to fill up that main roster a little bit.
And I know I thought everybody this match had a lot of fun segments in it. Bianca whipped the hell out of Liv with her hair.
It left a
I didn't
mark.
realize that. I
Oh
didn't
my
realize
god,
that-
yeah.
to the point that she
Make
still had the same welt on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, no, she whipped the shit out of her. So I'm gonna be honest with you. When I saw the final three of this match, it being Alexa, Bianca, and Liv,
I thought I was
I
going to
was
win.
starting to think that Alexa
Yeah.
was going to pull away with it. We had never
Yeah.
seen Rhea
Yeah.
versus Alexa, and
She
that
set up a
was
Sister Abigail too.
I think it's safe to say I don't think any of us expected Bianca to win, though.
None of us
It's
did.
not an insult on her. It was just like, she was in the middle of this thing with Naomi and Jade. We figured they were going to go a different, follow in that direction.
Yeah.
So to have her win, and now she's fighting for a title at Mania. I can safely say I didn't see it coming.
No.
Looking back, when you see the match card, we all did have we didn't trust anybody on that card to pick who would win. We mainly picked people who we liked
We
to win.
would have liked to win. Yeah, we didn't have like this person's gonna win. It was more I want this one to win.
No,
There was no
Yeah.
yeah.
It was completely unpredictable, and you know what?
I like
that's a great thing. That's a fantastic thing.
That's a wonderful thing.
And that's one thing I've really enjoyed about Triple H booking, as opposed to Vince, because if we would have done this podcast 2 years early, right? Every pay-per-view would have been exactly the same. It would have been all of us like practically tied because we were picking all the same shit because everything was insanely predictable. Perfect example. Remember we used to have our fantasy league, our wrestling fantasy league that we used to do?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We had to switch from WWE to AEW because whoever had the first draft pick was able to fucking pick who they knew was going to win. Their top guy that was going to get them the most points, or girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And then we very quickly switched back to WWE because AEW fucking tanked. And then we just gave up on
but
the Pro Wrestling League anyway.
Yes, say, man. What do you want me to say?
because up until Raw, and we'll talk about it later because it's a segment on Raw that we're going to talk about.
This
But
is
as
the
of
last
right
thing, so
now,
we're now.
seeing the major four titles, we have a somewhat clear picture of what the major four titles, who's defending what. As of right now, I can confidently say I'm only interested in Cody and John Cena. The rest, I'm honestly not interested in. And you obviously know I love Gunther, but you know why I kind of lost interest in that. And the other two, it's just I know they're saying crazy stuff's gonna happen. No, because TKO came out and said that there's going to be a lot more crazy stuff happening on WrestleMania that you're never going to know. But it's also, I'll talk about it when we get to the later segment because I want to add something for that one.
Hence why we have this podcast, folks.
Yep.
So anyway, overall, Elimination Chamber, I don't know how about you guys, but I confidently feel like this is one of the best pay-per-views of the decade so far. I'm saying of the decade so far at this point. Not just this year, not just the era. I'm saying this is one of the best pay-per-views of the decade, of the
Cena turn alone.
It definitely gets an A.
Yeah.
I agree. Solid A.
That.
And like I said before, this is going to go down as one of the most historic pay-per-views in professional wrestling. The Cena segment alone.
Yeah.
We didn't think there was going to be a storyline better than the Bloodline. We might have hit it.
We have hit a completely different level and a completely different chapter in the story of Cody Rhodes. But let's talk about let's bring it back to a man who. Let's be completely honest. He got shafted at Elimination Chamber. Let's talk about CM Punk.
The Chicago-made Punk.
CM Punk. Oh, Phil.
He angry.
So Monday Night Raw last night started off with CM Punk having quite honestly one of the biggest crash outs I have ever seen.
And that's saying something.
Whatever semblance of a shit that CM Punk had left, that's gone at this point.
Yeah.
He has lost it. He has lost his mind at this. He is just seeing red all over the place. And I'm not just talking about all of the stage.
He is out of his fucking...
I definitely want to be the first one to talk about this.
Go ahead, Steve. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
I will always say this, and nobody will ever change my mind. When it comes to the best person on the mic, it will always be CM Punk. Always. This had the same level as the pipe bomb in 2013. I believe 2013,
11.
when he called out when he called out 11 when he called out Vince. This had that same level of intensity. He was just as pissed off, because you know how he's just as pissed off when he takes off the cover of the mic of the logo and throws it on the ground. This entire promo, and I just want to say something real quick, because this is a little bit of a I gotcha on you guys, because I know you guys love that promo, and also know you guys love to joke around about me hating Dwayne Johnson. Well, that promo that he did is exactly as what I fucking said this entire past few months. I said the exact same fucking thing CM Punk has said on that promo, and look where it is now. He used it on Raw, and it winds up being probably one of the best promos of all time.
CM
I
Punk
knew it.
watches the
It was
push.
it was the exact reason why I hate it. It was like it was like he saw our podcast because it was the everything that I said about Dwayne Johnson. I'm talking about Dwayne Johnson, just like he did, because there's a difference between Dwayne Johnson and The Rock. I like The Rock.
Yeah.
I don't like Dwayne Johnson, and everything that he said described it perfectly. And I am 100% confident that Favor is going to come in and he's going to main event, and we're going to get a triple threat match with all three of them, and it's going to blow out any match from last year.
So
Is that it?
Jesus Christ! All right, Francis, go ahead.
Yeah.
So, piggybacking off of what Scott said earlier, after Punk cut the scathing promo on The Rock and John Cena, he turned his attention to currently his biggest op in the industry right now, Seth Rollins. And this is where next week they're going to have a cage match in MSG. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And that's going to be insane.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, there's that. I was hyped about the promo a lot more.
Yeah. Going back after everything, this is where we have to put on our tinfoil hats, boys, because Francis is going to go into conspiracy theorist mode. It's going to sound outlandish and out of nowhere, but I need you guys to hear me out on this one, please.
I'm just very afraid that he might get one right.
Yeah.
That'll be the day.
I stand back.
I think that maybe, just maybe, Seth Rollins might be a part of whatever The Rock is planning. Like maybe Rock is forming a new faction and it's going to include himself, heel Cena, and Seth Rollins.
So do we think that it's like a new authority?
Not an authority per se. I'd say, again, to bring back the comparison to Hogan's heel turn, maybe something more along lines of a NWO or the like. Because here's all the evidence I have. I have all the evidence right here. Seth loses last year. I have files. I have detailed files like the T800. WrestleMania 40. Seth loses the title for Cody Rhodes. And he's like, yeah, Cody, you got to win, but I lost my belt, so where does that place me? But at least I helped you defeat Roman, so that's all good. No, because later on, Bad Blood, Cody Rhodes teams up with Roman Reigns, and Seth is like, what the fuck are you doing, man? I told you explicitly not to do this, and you did it anyway. What the fuck? And then, during the chamber match at Elimination Chamber on Saturday night, Seth ensures that Cena ends up getting the win. And you know what we're going to say? Oh, he did that to fuck over Punk. No. He specifically singled out Cena because he knew, oh, okay, this is where it all comes down. Cena has to get the win, and screwing over Punk is the bonus. And also, going back to when The Rock made the offer to Cody Rhodes, Seth told Cody specifically not to take up The Rock on his order. Why? Because Seth Rollins knew that if he could convince Cody to say no, that would be all the justification he needed for The Rock and Cena to jump Cody and rip him apart limb by fucking limb. Case open and shut. Now you might be asking yourself, but Francis, why? Why would Seth go this far? And we all know the answer why, wouldn't we? It is because Seth Rollins is being blinded by pure hatred because way back, this is where we go even further back, boys. Back in 2014, where he sold out Ambrose and Reigns, that showed that Seth Rollins was willing to do whatever it takes to make himself the number one guy. But he knew that at the end of the day, he would never be the top guy. He would only be the number two guy. And with all of his ops coming back, Cena, Cody, Punk, he was like, oh my God, I got tumbled down to number 5. I have to fight against fate itself because I know in my heart of hearts I will never be that guy, and I will be goddamn if I'm not. Bam.
Okay. So
Breathe it in,
here,
guys.
guys, we
Yeah.
about to say two things here that I
Uh-huh.
never thought that I'd ever say on this podcast.
Mhm.
Francis, that was probably the most thought out and thorough explanation you have ever given on this show.
Uh-huh.
He wrote notes. Cap.
And
I
the
wrote notes,
crazy
Cap.
and here's the thing that's going to blow the two of you out of your
Oh
socks.
God! Please don't say it. Please don't say it.
Say it, Cap.
It makes sense.
Yep.
Oh no! I
Uh-huh.
knew it. I knew you were gonna agree with it.
I I don't know that Seth Rollins is going to be involved in it because The
He's
Rock
in on
hates
it, man,
him
I'm
as much
telling
as
you.
he hates Cody.
Here's another thing from the Notebook I forgot to mention. First time Rock comes out, he does that weird thing. He holds up 3 fingers. Then when on the night Cena turns heel, now he's holding 2. Oh my God, that's 2 down. He has 1 more. Who's the 1 more guy? It's Seth Rollins.
Dom, do you have anything to contribute here?
I hate that it makes sense.
Yes! Yes!
Here's the thing, it's not only is this the most thorough explanation Francis has ever given for one of his takes on this
It
podcast,
makes sense.
but
Uh-huh.
he's not entirely wrong.
That's the scary part. Is like
Is the fact that Francis might be right.
I
Here.
don't know if it's gonna exactly play out that way.
But I can see it.
But I can see it. I could definitely see. I mean, I've been saying for a minute that Seth Rollins is probably going to weasel his way into the main event at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I still think Punk uses his favor with Paul Heyman to get in, because that's still on the table somewhere.
Hopefully that's a thing, and we're not
I
just
still stand
hoping
by.
that.
Yeah, I still stand by. No, because they keep mentioning it. Kathy
Yeah.
Redmond mentioned it in the pre-show to the Elimination
Here's
Chamber
the thing.
that he still
Here's-
owes Punk a favor.
And here's the thing. Here's another thing. I can see all of this happening and it having nothing to do with him selling his soul to The Rock, and everything to do with the fact that his soul is so engulfed in flames from how much he despises CM Punk.
No, yeah. No, because I could see Seth getting involved in the main event of Mania. Simply, so for me, it would have to happen that Punk talks to Paul Heyman, uses his favor, and says, "Get me into the main event." Right? He gets in the main event. Now,
He defends
Seth,
Cody that same night.
Now, Seth seeing Punk in the main event, that just sets him on fire.
So who does he turn to?
No, he doesn't have to fucking turn to anybody. He just goes on a fucking rampage and forces, a number one contendership match. Excuse me, a number one contendership match where if he wins, he gets added to the main event, because they've done that in the past. They've done it before.
Yeah.
So this way, and I've said it like the past 2 episodes, that it could be a fatal 4-way for the title at Mania.
It could possibly be. Although
Maybe.
here's the thing. I do kind of see him joining this faction, if for no other reason, just to piss off Punk.
Yeah.
Just to screw
Just
CM
for the
Punk more.
spite
And
of-
let's not pretend like he doesn't have ammunition against
No.
Cody either.
Just simply to spite CM Punk, he would do it.
So, I've thought about this for a little while, and I've been thinking about this for the past few days, especially. There is another element to this that nobody's really talking about, mostly because it's not very clear as to what this has to do with him right now. Where does Roman fit in all of this? Does Roman fit in with
I think
this
right
at
now
all?
Roman's still out on injury because Seth fucking stomped his head into the ground.
You know
like
what? You know what?
what?
Let me go some crazy conspiracy here. I'll
Oh,
predict
here
a
we
war
go.
of war games. A War Games.
You have
I'll
a
predict a
notebook,
War Games from next year. It's going to be a 4v4. It's going to be Cena, Rollins, Drew,
No,
and insert person there.
but Cena said he's
Oh
done
yeah, it would
by
be
December.
gone.
He'll be gone by then.
Unless it's this year. Wait, when's Survivor Series?
November. He can still
No,
show
no,
Oh
up.
yeah, no,
yeah.
he'll make it then. Yeah, never mind.
He'll make it to War Games.
He said December.
Yeah, it would have
I
to be
think
this year, but yeah.
It would be this year's War Games, not next year.
Yeah. So yeah, it would be the fourth. It might be insert fourth person there. I don't know who the fourth person is going to be, but on the other side, it could be Cody. It could be
Roman.
Cody, CM Punk, Damian Priest, Roman Reigns.
Interesting.
Because of Drew McIntyre, you would
I
have
don't
Priest
know.
in there.
I just feel like, yes, he is off on injury. What is that injury legit?
I think so.
Do we know?
Well, I don't actually. Let me rephrase. I don't know if the injury itself is legit, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if it has something to do with his leukemia, or if he was like legitimately injured by Seth fucking double stomping his head to the ground.
I mean, that was a stiff stomp.
Because that's
so-
what I'm saying,
Yeah.
dude. He put both feet on the back of his head. Like he
Yeah,
went.
yeah, no.
He
Like,
wanted him gone.
For what it looked like to me, I would say concussion.
So here's the thing. So even if he is in concussion protocol, he's been in for a little while. So I don't know where he stands on
I
that.
could see him returning at Mania to like kind of maybe.
But here's the thing. I feel like if not only are we involving members of his family,
Mhm.
not only are we involving a guy who basically kind of sort of passed the torch to him a couple of years ago, but we're including the WWE Championship as well, which is something he desperately wants back.
Yeah. See, I could see him maybe like so here's my theory. I could see like at Mania during the match maybe The Rock gets involved or he's at ringside during the match. So let's go on the assumption that it still stays just Cody versus Cena.
You're on.
Right? Cena's in the ring, he's fighting Cody, this and that. The Rock is trying to get involved and, getting in to the match. Roman Reigns comes out to defend Cody and, stops The Rock from getting in his way, and then that will lead to something between the two of them in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we could also see Roman versus John Cena at some point in the future when Cena wins the title.
Yeah.
You can get Roman Reigns
Yeah.
versus John Cena at like SummerSlam or Backlash or something.
I don't know.
Which I would be
Here's
okay
the
with.
thing. I feel like
I also wouldn't be upset with Roman coming back before Mania and setting up something so they can finally have their match
That's a possibility.
between Roman and
Or maybe
Roman
we
and
could
The
get
Rock.
a Roman versus Seth match. He comes
Yeah,
back,
fun.
goes after Seth.
I feel like
we
we're
won't-
gonna get
'cause I'm
there down the
guessing-
line. I don't feel like it's going to be this year.
Because unless we're continuing this story, I'm pretty sure the steel cage match is the last time we're going to see Rollins and Punk until after WrestleMania.
Maybe.
I don't know. I just feel like there are too many elements in here that, because on top of everything else, we're just talking about the top spot in the company here, which
Yeah.
he cannot live without. So,
Yeah.
if for nothing else, he may just be coming back and be like, "What is this with John now?" All of a sudden,
Yeah, no, exactly.
What
what
the
the
fuck
hell
happened
is
to
this?
you?
like,
Well,
That's
that's what
going
I'm
to be
saying,
interesting to see how Roman reacts to Injustice Cena.
Exactly. That's my point. Exactly. Like especially if Cena wins the title from Cody,
Yeah.
because then
Yeah.
Roman can come back and just be like, "Hey, that's mine."
Mm-hmm.
So I want it.
you could also have the thing of like, "This isn't your company anymore, John.
Yeah,
this was
exactly.
never even Cody's company."
Yeah, this is mine.
This is
I am the tribal chief.
And again, it's another case of he is like the textbook definition of a tweener, because let's be completely honest here, he has not changed at all.
No.
hasn't changed his character at all.
The reason we like Roman now is because
time
how
out,
much we don't
time
like
out.
Solo.
Francis, I know you can't see the chat right now, but V just roasted the shit out of you on TikTok. V wants to know why Francis is sitting like he's got Monica Lewinsky there with him.
All right, man. All right, man. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Oh God.
Oh my God, I can't.
Oh,
I did googly that girl.
Oh God.
I could schmoigity her geflavity with my googus. And I am sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I am not. Moving on.
Anyway, speaking about championships, something else happened last night on Raw as well. Something I fully did not see. I feel like I've just been saying that this whole night, but like it's true. It's true at this point. I did not see this coming.
You didn't see this coming?
Shut the fuck up.
I didn't make
But
the
I
joke
see
all
right
night. I'm sorry.
through you.
And you didn't see this coming.
Fucking G, man.
It's funny because I couldn't see his face. Anyway, guys, we got a new women's champion.
Baby girl! Yo.
Which is probably why I could hear the cheering from friends.
Thank you. You said he's not a simp, but he does that with every single female wrestler.
No, it's only the Asian ones.
I know what I am.
He knows what he is. And you know.
Who are you?
Who are you people?
Oh, we got her.
Anyway, Io Sky, our new women's champion, our new women's world champion. She beat Rhea Ripley last night, and she will be facing Bianca Belair at WrestleMania for the title.
Also, Io is still undefeated against Rhea Ripley. She has never lost a match to Rhea Ripley outside of tag team matches.
That's true.
Yeah,
I'm
honestly surprised.
Io beat her in the Mae Young Classic. She beat her for the NXT Women's Championship and now for the Women's World Championship.
Yeah, I'm honestly shocked because I watched Raw a little bit, and when I saw that, and I was like, oh, well, it looks like it's going to be broken now because there's no other reason they would mention that for other than the usual concept of, oh, now Rhea's going to beat her, she's not going to beat her, she's going to look more powerful against Bianca. I think we're going to get a triple threat match.
Maybe.
That's very possible in the future.
The
triple threat match could definitely help. With me, for me personally, it'll definitely have an interest in the match if it winds up being a triple threat match. Not that I have anything wrong with Bianca Belair, because I don't. She's an amazing wrestler. It was just, I don't know. This just didn't feel right on that specific winner. But I know she's going to put on a hell of a show. She definitely did. The last few times she had the title in main event, not really main evented, but defended her title at Mania. But I would like to see a triple threat. If not, Io Sky finally got the title. It's like they listened to the fans on this one because we all wanted Io Sky to be in be at WrestleMania.
Did they listen to the fans? Did they listen to the push?
Ooh.
The fans.
Yes.
I'm not gonna think.
Well, we are fans.
Yeah.
We have fans.
Oh yeah, the push.
We have fans. Hello everyone.
I was saying we are fans.
We are fans too. But we are fans with fans.
Yes.
So but anyway, yeah, no, I don't hate this. I just didn't see it coming. I was quite surprised. I was almost certain that Rhea was going to go over on this match. But
and honestly, it looked like it was going.
As it's being consistently proven to me, I don't know nearly as much as I thought I did.
I mean, listen, in all fairness, watching that match, it looked like it was going that way, that Rhea was going to win, and then I guess they're going with the storyline that she took her eye off the ball there.
And
She
to be
went
honest, it
she went
makes-
to shit talk Bianca and she got rolled up, and that was it.
And let's be honest, even as the match is set right now, where it's just Bianca and Io, I mean, there is history between these 2.
Uh-huh.
So,
I mean,
You
either
know.
way, it's going to be a great match. And
Yeah.
honestly, I think I'm now more excited for that match than I was when it was Rhea and Bianca,
originally I
because
thought it
we've
was.
done that so many times. I feel like.
Originally, I thought it was just going to be another. It was going to be a good match.
Oh no,
'Cause,
I had no
Bianca
doubt that
and
it was going to
Rhea-
be good, but I was just like, we've seen this a lot lately, and it's like, eh. But having Io and Bianca will keep it a little fresh, and then we could, like Scott said, we could turn that into a triple threat at Mania,
Yeah, and
which I would
so
also be
now,
okay with.
now all of a sudden, there's a lot more intrigue in this match than I previously expected, even on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, God damn it, Paul.
God damn you, Paul Levesque. Oh, God.
Levesque.
Is that a
You
good...
done it
The S
again.
is silent.
That was the joke! Fuck!
Oh my god.
I can't believe I wasted all my brain points earlier. On
And
my
he's back. All right. Is there
That's-
anything else anybody wanted to mention?
As I had previously mentioned, I used all my brain points.
Yeah, I'll mention something. I saw something on the wrestling app I have. AJ Styles, even though he said that when it comes to age 50, he's probably going to stop when he turns that age. It seems with the closer he gets to that age, he's now saying, I kind of see myself keep continuing.
Yeah, I
So,
can see that.
Yeah.
AJ's going to be
It
one
might
of
not
those
be the
guys
end.
who just keeps going.
Yeah. AJ loves
Undertaker-wise.
wrestling too much.
Yeah, like he's going to go
He likes it
until...
too much to leave.
Exactly. He's going to go until he physically can't anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He loves
And I mean, let's
wrestling
be
too much. He
perfectly
can't help
honest,
himself.
I'm not necessarily aching over watching AJ perform,
No.
even at the age
Even at the
currently.
age he is now, he still puts on a phenomenal match. And that there's no pun intended there.
And
His
like we
matches
said
are
before-
always good. Like the dude, I beg you to find a bad AJ Styles match from the past decade. I guarantee you probably won't find one.
I love
I
AJ.
dare you to find one from this century. Like,
Well, I'm just saying, just in terms of the last decade in WWE, like not even looking at TNA or anything like that, where he was probably even better, but in WWE, I have yet to watch a match with AJ Styles involved that wasn't good.
and if it wasn't good,
It wasn't
was
his
not
fault.
because of AJ.
Yeah.
It was definitely not because
No.
of AJ. But yeah, like we said, it looks like he's probably going to be having his WrestleMania run with Logan, and as
That'll be a good
anticipated,
match.
Logan is probably going to get over in that feud. He's probably going to go over.
Maybe.
But I have no fear of AJ looking bad throughout, unless God forbid something horrible happens. Like,
Yeah.
I don't see it ending poorly for him.
Yeah.
All right, folks. I think we are going to wrap things up there. We want to thank you for watching tonight's show. If you enjoyed what we do here, please follow us on Twitch and give us a subscribe over on YouTube as well, where you will see our VODs usually the next day. And be sure to follow us on TikTok and Instagram as well at The Push Wrestling, where we are pushing out daily content on
Nice
both
plug.
of those platforms. We also do a lot of streaming on TikTok as well, as you're seeing right there. Some of you might be watching us on TikTok, so why not give us a follow over there as well? But that's it for us, guys. So for all of us here at The Push, my name is Cap.
I'm Dom.
Got Bash.
And I'm Francis.
Ring that bell for me, Dom.